So congratulations, our application has installed, and it didn't take an extra 3 minutes to install it. So in this next tutorial, what we'll do is to try to navigate into our folder. Remember, we created this folder called Fireblogger, and let's just go to our desktop and find it. And here we are on our desktop, and what we just need to do is to navigate into it. So you do cd Fireblogger, hit enter. So we are now inside Fireblogger folder in our desktop. Then we just need to see our app first. So to preview our app, we run Ionic serve, enter. And I want to show you another example of how to run Ionic serve. So I want to copy this and I'll go to our next. We created 2 command prompts. You can create as many as you want. I'm going to delete this, and then right click and just back to this place and write cd. Cd is change directory, which means navigate to this folder and make it a current folder. Hit enter, and right here we are. There's another way to run this. You know, this Ionic serve, it's going to run our emulator and use our browser. We have a browser here. Yes, we're using a default browser, Chrome. That's what I'm using. So whatever your default browser is, the command will compile and run your application and try to emulate it using your browser. There's another way to do that. I'll run Ionic serve, then you put this hyphen twice, 1 2, then you type lab. So that will run the emulator for the 3 different devices. The first device will probably be your iOS device, second will be your Android, and the third will be your Windows device. So as you can see, it has completed this, and it took like 15 seconds to run this guy up to this point. When it got to this point, it opened my browser for me, and this is the app that built. So this is the default app that it has built for me, and I want to show you through this emulator. This is the browser emulator, and this is the command for the lab. All right, this second one. I wouldn't know why this one is hanging, but if I should close this and try it again, it will work. All right, so this is the phone screen for iOS, this is the phone screen for Android, and this is the phone screen for Windows. Alright, this is the sample app, this is the sample home page, the sample about page, sample contact us page, and that's it basically. The next thing we have to do is just to jump right into the code and the folder and start coding. This is the folder that was created, Fireblogger, remember? Then this is the next thing that we have to do. So in the next tutorial, obviously I will put you through the coding aspect, but then there is some explanation to do about the Ionic commands. Here, when you run Ionic Lab, it usually shows you this, that you can restart the app. For instance, zooming, I've done something here. I've opened the about page. We can restart this app by typing R or typing restart. I'll press R and I'll hit enter. As you can see, it has restarted in my browser. See, as you can see, it's reloading. All right, then the next thing is the go-to command. You can use it to navigate to a given URL. You have console logs, and you have server logs, and you have quit. So most of the times, this command is running. A live app is running. If there's an error in your code inside your script, if there's an error in your code, it will show you here which line, especially the TypeScript errors will always show here on the command prompt. But then if you want to see the console logs, you know what is console log? When you right click and you click inspect element on your browser, that's how to see the console logs. It's coming up. Mine will pull up soon. So when you click right click and you click inspect element, and Well, I wouldn't know why it's hanging. So when you right click and click on inspect element, this guy pulls up from the bottom of your browser. Sometimes yours could be by the right hand side corner. If it's by the right hand side corner, you just click on this guy and you determine, mine is at the bottom, that's why this is highlighted. If you determine this, if you click on this, it will undock itself. If you click on this, it will go by the side. I prefer mine at the bottom. Your preference might be different. So once this guy pulls up, you click on console. This is the console log. This tells you what's going on in the background as your app is running. Now, if you want to see it in your command prompt, you just click on console. You just type C. It will start running these logs on your CMD. All right, and here is a quick explanation of the folder structure. We have a folder called Fireblogger. Now in Ionic2, you have a folder where you're working. This is your working folder, your app. This is where you write all the codes. Then when you run Ionic serve, it will build whatever you have here and put them right here. Okay, so when you come here, you create pages. This is where you have your pages. As you can see, we have 4 pages here, and in our app, look at the 4 pages. Our app has these 4 pages, which is home. This is the home page. This is the about page. And this is the contact page. Now the 4th page is the tab, the page that has these 3 buttons. That is the 4th page. Okay, so that's what we're seeing here when we look at this guy here. Alright, so if you want to create a new page, for instance, posts. Remember in our blog we are supposed to have posts. Then we can create another page called comments. Then we can, and so on and so forth. Alright, and then inside each page there are 3 files. Number 1 is the HTML file. Of course, you know what HTML is. Then you have the .ts file, which is TypeScript, basically JavaScript file. Then you have the SCSS. You understand, this is where you put your CSS files, CSS commands. All right, so that's just it. For each page, you just have 3 of them. For each page, you just have 3 of them. Now in Ionic2, you don't create the page. I know there will be the temptation to create the page manually by using right-click new folder, but the best way to create a new page is to from your command prompt. I don't know why this guy is still hanging. Okay, I'll quit this queue, enter, quit. So from here we can create a Ionic page, and let's call the page post. So we'll say Ionic G for generate page, and what's the name of the page? We're going to say the name of the page is posts. So hit enter, and it creates the page for us. And there's one warning here saying don't forget to add import for post.scss in app core. So there is a folder that we have to add this particular code. So I'll right click on my keyboard. I'll say Control C to copy this line, and then we have app themes, app core. So we just have to go to this folder, we'll go to app, then we'll go to themes, then this app core.scss. So it's telling us that basically for any new page you create, you have to add it, make a reference to the page here. You understand? So here's the reference to our page. So our new page is pages, posts. It's okay like this. Alright, so for every new page you create, you have to add this in this CSS so that one CSS, this can control the CSS or the layout of the page. Alright, and that's how to create a new page. So when we get back to our folder, what we'll basically see in our pages is that we now have a new page called posts, and when we open it, we have 3 files inside. Alright, so thank you very much. See you in the next video tutorial, and I hope you're enjoying this, and by the end we'll have a completely well and good working app. Thank you. See you in the next video.